You feel it before you can name it. It starts as a kind of quiet, the kind that has weight to it. You sit in a room full of people and something inside you pulls tight, like a muscle bracing for impact. Or you lie in bed at 2 a.m. and the ceiling feels closer than it should. You are not bleeding. Nothing is broken. But your body is doing something it only does when something is very wrong. That feeling has a name, and the name is older than language. For most of human history, being alone was not a mood, it was a death sentence. Your ancestors did not have walls or locks or delivery apps. They had each other. The group was the only thing standing between a human body and everything that wanted to eat it. When you were alone, you were exposed. When you were exposed, you died. And so your body learned, over hundreds of thousands of years, to treat separation from other humans the same way it treats a gash in the skin or a hand held too close to fire. Loneliness is not a feeling. It is an alarm. John Cacioppo, a neuroscientist at the University of Chicago, found that chronically lonely people show elevated cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, even during sleep, even when they are physically safe. The body does not care that you are safe. The body only knows you are alone. Your heart rate rises slightly. Inflammation increases. Your immune system shifts into a mode that prepares for physical injury. Your body, every single day, is quietly bracing for a wound that never comes. The pain of loneliness was a feature, not a flaw. It was a push. The same way hunger drives you toward food, social pain drives you toward connection. It kept your ancestors alive by making isolation unbearable enough to fix, which means the alarm was never meant to stay on. It was meant to fire, push you back toward people, and then quiet down. So what happens when it cannot quiet down? Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA put participants in an MRI scanner and had them play a simple ball toss game with what they believed were two real players. Partway through, the other players stopped, including them. When Eisenberger looked at the scans, the same region that activates when you stub your toe was lighting up in the people who had just been left out of a game. The dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the same structure, the same activation pattern. Social pain and physical pain are not metaphors for each other. They are processed by the same neural machinery, with the same biological urgency. This is why a breakup can make your chest physically ache. This is why being ignored in a meeting can derail your entire afternoon. Your brain is not being dramatic. It is treating social rejection as a threat to your physical survival. Because for nearly all of human history, that is exactly what it was. Something strange happened in the last 100 years. The world became more connected than at any point in history, and people became lonelier. Not because connection disappeared, because the kind of connection your body needs, the kind that turns off the alarm, is not the same as the kind modern life produces in abundance. You can have 500 followers and still feel the alarm. You can have a full inbox and still feel the alarm. Because your nervous system is not counting contacts. It is reading whether you feel known. Steve Cole at UCLA found that chronically lonely people show measurably different gene expression than connected people. Genes involved in inflammation are upregulated. Antiviral immune response is downregulated. Loneliness, sustained over time, changes which parts of your genome get switched on and which get silenced. Your social life is not separate from your biology. It is writing it in real time. Julian Holt-Lunstad at Brigham Young University pulled data from more than 3 million people and found that loneliness carries a mortality risk comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of early death by 26%. What predicts survival is not the quantity of your relationships. It is whether you feel known in them. So here is the question that matters. Not, are you lonely? The real question is whether anyone actually knows you right now. Not your job title, not the version of you that shows up prepared. The version that exists at 2 a.m. when the ceiling feels too close. Your ancestors survived by being known by a small group of people who showed up when things went wrong. That is what the alarm was built to protect. It has been protecting it for longer than language, longer than fire. It starts as a kind of quiet, the kind that has weight to it. Now you know exactly what it is asking for.